Hi friends, and welcome back to, this is taking longer than I expected it to, at Granite Garden Cottage. In today's video, I am going to show you some progress we've been making on clearing the backyard. We are a small team of individuals getting this done. We don't have major tools, we don't have large equipment. So of course, when you're doing things by way of manpower, it does take longer, of course, than it would if you had equipment, heavy machinery, things of that nature. Even more people makes this easier. So today I'm trying to move a lot of large branches, a lot of small logs. I actually have this whole pile behind me that I'm trying to clear all this out of the woods. This stacked pile as well. I'm gonna clear that out. But let me show you where we're at. All right, friends, so this is that pile, the second pile of brush that we created. I don't know if you remember from the previous video. If you don't remember, go back and watch that video because that will give you a frame of reference of how large this pile has grown. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And this is kind of where it stops for now. So we have this whole pile that we've created. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy by going too fast. And this is now the tree line, the back end of our property, kind of where this tree has been felled and not bucked up yet. So let me just turn around and kind of give you an alternate view. Hello, so all of this that you're looking at has been cleared. You can see where a lot of the larger trees have been cut down and cleared out. But this is, pretty major progress for just working for a couple of weekends. Like I said, these I'm going to move out today. The stacked up over there, those are all going to get moved to the bucked up log pile. And we're going to be working our way sort of this way as we clear more of this. You can see my neighbor's house now because we've cleared so much. And then, we'll keep carving out more and more. You can actually start to see where I labeled some of the trees for maple syrup season. So there's still a lot behind me left to go. That's kind of where we're at right now. And this is our bucked up log pile so far. These are some of the old rotten pieces from that pile that I've started to move. Some of these are going to be really great for filling garden beds because they are already pretty moist and they're really holding on to a lot of great bacteria. You can see some of the fungal activity. So this stuff's really alive, and I think that will be good for the garden bed. This is the original brush pile we had started with. We kind of stopped adding to this pile because it was just getting a little bit unmanageable for the area. And then this is the large logs, or long logs, not large, but long logs that we set aside rather than bucking up. So this is kind of where we're at with our progress right now. Still have a long way to go, of course, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, friends, I'm just gonna pop in here and say that if you've never cleaned out untouched woods, the hardest part's taking care of the dead stuff. It's not even cutting the trees down. It's literally getting all of these branches and dead logs and everything that's interwoven together out so that we can make space to drop the trees that are here. So that is the hardest part. It's taking the longest, and it feels like I'm doing the least amount of work. Like, I can see that I'm clearing up the area, but the trees haven't come down yet, so it just doesn't feel like progress. But I know I have to stay the course. I have to get this done so that next weekend we can zip down a bunch of these trees and see how much progress we can make before the dark season. The time change is coming up in a few weeks, so nervous about that and wanting to get this done before that time comes, because then of course it's harder to get things done in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to clean out everything I can clean out, and then if I have time I will try to cut down some of the small trees. Not sure how much I'm gonna get done, but this is like the slow and steady kind of thing when you're a one-man crew, or 2 or 3 people trying to get things done. It just takes a lot longer and you have to chip away at it. I keep saying I work full-time, I have a baby, so I don't have all the time in the world to be out here, so I have to make use of the time I have. So it's not getting done as fast as I want, but I'm recognizing that I have to stay the course. So more to come. Piece of granite, and everywhere I look, every tree I take out, there seems to be a big old piece of granite. I do live in the Granite State, that's New Hampshire, so living true to its name. All right, friends, so this is where we're leaving things for now. As you can see, we cleared a ton of brush behind us. There's not a whole lot of big sticks behind us to interfere with cutting down more of the trees. And then really we're going to start working our way this way. I'll give you a better visual in a minute, but we're going to be looking to clear off these trees, and then we'll keep carving out more and more as we make progress. So for now it looks like we have, you can see behind me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably like 10 or 15 more trees to go this way before we start carving out more. So let me just give you a little bit of a better visual. So here I'm standing against the brush pile. It's directly behind me. And as you can see, like I said, we cleared out a bunch of brush and branches and things like that. So I guess what I'm counting for hopefully this weekend is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 10 more for sort of the middle part. And then if we walk up to the middle part, there's maybe, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bunch of little ones, so maybe like 15 on the far end too. So worst case scenario, we're looking at maybe 30 more trees to get done with the first segment. Once this segment's done, it's going to be a lot easier to get some garden beds in here. So this is a different visual. This is the other side looking at the brush pile. So once we look at this side, we can see how sparse. There's not that many trees. I mean, I guess when you think of 30 trees, that's like a lot, I guess, but they're small trees. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, like 15 to 30, I guess. It's a wide range, but I'm not really helping you, am I, with giving you an idea, but at least you can see visually how many we have left to go. I think it's looking really pretty well cleared out, honestly, compared to what it was when we started this project. Like I said, every day that I work, I don't really feel like I get much done, but I'm clearly able to see that maple that I marked out, and I think it was the first video I posted to this channel. And I felt like I was really deep in the woods in that video, and now that tree's right here, so it's really coming along. And actually, I don't know if you can see in this video, but directly between these two trees right here, let me zoom in. That's the tree that I marked out as well. So again, I felt like I was really, sorry, let me fix that. Okay, so I felt like I was really deep in the woods when I marked those two trees. And turns out, you know, they're right there now. So we're really making progress. Hopefully this weekend we'll make some really great progress. We can maybe get some garden beds built. We at least got to get the garlic planted. Look at this wind, guys. It's so windy. I love it. The fall winds blowing, get the leaves kicking around here. All right, friends, so I think that's going to do me for this video. Sorry it's not a super exciting, enthralling video. I wish I had bigger progress to show, but this is the reality, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes things just take a while, and I'm feeling pretty good with where we're at. 1 or 2 more weekends, and I think we'll really have this where we want it to be, apart from the really massive oak trees, which we're still kind of figuring out what the plan's going to be for those. But in the meantime, this is really substantial progress, and maybe next weekend I'll get my garlic garden bed built and filled so I can get my garlic going, because that's going to be coming right up, and I don't want to miss out on getting that garlic in the ground before we get some real hard frosts. So stay with me, and in a week hopefully we'll see quite a fair amount more progress, and we'll see those, at least one garden bed get built. So thanks for hanging with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.